What's going on, guys? This is TM25MD, and I am back with another Duelyst Ladder Live featuring hybrid 8 gates Hamon Geomancer list. I guess you can call it mid range because it does have some control elements while being really aggressive. But anyways, new season. I finished the June season S rank number 7 with my aggro Kaleos. Um, and I'm pretty proud of that's the highest I think I've ever finished a season. I think my closest other one was like S rank 7 or 8. Or excuse me, like 11 or something. I finished 7th in this season, so pretty good. Anyways, it's the beginning of the season, trying new things out, and I'll be playing some Kaleos. So I'll just use the deck list for reasons. Kaleos because some of the cards are counter-productive when used with Riva. But anyways, we have 3 juxtapositions, 3 Kataras, 3 Misdragon Seals, 3 Celebrants, 2 8-8s, 3 Kaido Assassins, 3 Phoenix Fires, 3 Battle Pendos, 2 Key Beholders, 3 Killing Edge, 2 Blistering Scorn, 3 Spelljammers, 2 Geomancers, 2 Hamons, and 2 Grandmaster Sundays. Okay, so obviously the things that stick out are 8 Gates, Blistering Scorn, and to an extent Hamon Blade Seeker, or even Geomancer. So the idea, this deck has a pretty decent amount of draw in the 6 backstab targets, plus Killing Edge, you can draw a card that way. We also have 3 Spelljammers to keep our hand size full, but we are looking to aim to maintain board while getting rid of our opponent's board at the same time with tempo plays like Phoenix Fire. We're also looking to ramp into our 5 mana plays such as Geomancer and Hamon Blade Seeker. 8-8 is meant to be comboed with Phoenix Fires and our Geomancer once we get those down. Alternatively, throw some Ghost Lightning over Blistering Scorn and do a pretty much 3 damage board clear. That's an alternative. But this is more like an aggressive mid-range list. To say the least, we have the control cards like obviously the Phoenix Fire and the Key Beholders, keeping our opponents at bay. Also juxtaposition, which is a pseudo removal. Just put a minion in the corner and juxt it in. Self-explanatory there. Like I said, I've always had this idea of running a lot of AoE, so we have Battle Pendo on 3 mana, which we can play into Blistering Scorn, and that's a 2 damage board. It's pretty much a 2 damage AoE, so not bad, to say the least. So I pulled this combo out a pretty good amount of times. The reason why I kind of want this combo as opposed to like Ghost Lightning is because usually there has been a little bit of increase in Swarm. So after a Furiosa DPS, the way things are out of Ghost Lightning or Battle Panda range, so I kind of want the extra ping. So Battle Panda to Scorn is kind of the idea here. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So I think I played 6 games so far at the start of the season. With some pretty good players, to say the least. One of them was Jagna. Yeah, so 5-1 so far. This game I lost was to Mechazor, so I wasn't able to damage him. He got Mechazor out relatively quickly. So, but anyways, we'll start with Mountain. I think he was playing like a Magmarist. I think like mid-range bot. Yeah. Everybody plays mid-range bot at the beginning and the end of the season just so they can get S1. Very mindless type of team. So, starting hand, I don't need the juxtaposition, but I would like to ramp into my Geomancer, so play is pretty simple. Speed this up to 1.5. Just play our take the tile and sell it. We don't want to have it. And our Katara, call that a turn really. Whatever he does, he has to. Since he didn't start off with a turn 1 play, so my guess is no flash no flash Sun Steel or Grow or Young Songhai. That's the problem with only running 6-2 drops. You don't really have a high chance of getting a turn 1 point. In my bot list, I like to run at least 9 2 drops in accordance with Sun Steel. But that's just me. But he ends up just not turning my Katara, which is fine. We can still get our Geomancer off with an empty board, so we're off to a great start. I do believe I replaced the juxtaposition because I'll just be playing with this face. So my play is simple. I take a tile, or both tiles, and play Geomancer and Katara. Kind of wanted to play around Flash Mechanical, so I played Katara over here as opposed to directly below my general. So I didn't want to play into that. Him wiping out my Geomancer and my Katara for free. I didn't want that, so I played it up here. I believe he just plays like Sunsteel Defender and UES, which is totally fine because we can easily deal that with just punching with our Sullivan and Phoenix Fire while developing a battle panel. So not entirely terrible. Again, playing around Flash Mechanical, so I decide to move my Katara down here, just out of the General's reach, so we can't punch it. Actually, no, I don't play around with the Flash Mechanical. So yeah, I end up putting the Battle Panda here as opposed to like right here, because if he did have the Flash Mechanical, he would have to wipe this area out for free. Alternatively, he can still do that, but he would be leaving my Battle Panda and Geomancer out, which I don't think he would appreciate. Magmar can't really deal with multiple big threats at the same time. Usually their single target removal is very expensive. That's a natural selection. She's already used one up on Katara earlier, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Our hand size is a little low, but our board is pretty strong here, so I pretty much seeing my board, I just try and push to make sure I just hit him for 2 and call that a turn. So I do believe he runs away. I do believe he was running a Keeper Bathlist, so that's probably why he didn't have the turn 1 play. As it turns out, he does have the Keeper of the Veil, so not entirely terrible. I get rid of the Katara because it's not, or excuse me, the Kaleos Assassin. It's not really too impactful in this matchup, as I already have one backstab minion on the board, and I'd rather develop like some buffs and maybe even Grandmasters and no Hamon Blades here if I can find it. But so as you can see, other things are cold. I do believe I just move my Geomancer up here to keep in range. Move my General out of Mechanical, so he can't just Mechanical again because he's coming up on 6. Move my Katara up here, so everything's playing around Mechanical. So if he wants Mechanical, he has to Mechanical this area. So I just end up killing edging right here, smacking him for 7, and Phoenix firing this Sunsteel Defender once again. Alternatively, I could have passed and saved up for a double Phoenix Fire for 10 damage, but I feel like, let's say he Earth Sphered next turn, then it would feel kind of bad. Just keeping that greedy combo, so I decided to remove this board, force him to trade his Keeper of the Veil into this, and call it a turn. But I do believe he just plays Mechanical this turn. We do top tech a Killing Edge, so we have lethal should we want to advance forward. For whatever reason, he can't play the, he has to move forward. Reason being is because he can't just stay there, because he'll just lose to my Phoenix Fire DPS. So he has to advance forward at some point. So I have lethal just on board. I have exactly 12 damage in killing this. Killing Edge my Katara for 5. Hit General face for another 2. That's 7, and then 8 gates plus Phoenix Fire is 5 damage for exactly 12 damage lethal. Not bad. And that's how you take down mid-range bot. It's just you gotta pressure them early with size if you can ramp into it. So, good game, and see what we can find next. What was a good match? This one. This was against a Tempo Argent with a Golem Tempo Argent. This was actually probably one of my favorite matches, so yeah. Our play is simple. We'll probably just throw back the juxtaposition and the 8 beats. Lead off with the Kaleos Xaan. Very strong opening play, as it better than Katara, so that your opponent can't just Tiger and take the center of the board. So leading off with Kaleos Xaan is pretty good. Call that turn. We get a Spelljammer. Most likely I throw that away. So yeah, develops a Golem Metallurgist and a Soul Pontiff. A little bit scary, but nothing we can't handle. We can eliminate the Golem Metallurgist and develop a Battle Fender by taking these 2 tiles. Not bad in my opinion. So we take that tile away from him, develop the Battle Panda, and Phoenix Fire that Golem Metallurgist. So he can't do much to clear my board. He can probably trade into the Kaleos Xaan, but he'll be leaving himself open to another general hit. Because he has another Golem Metallurgist, not bad. And then Warblade, so he gets that bond War Surge going. So he's able to clear my Battle Panda, which kind of stinks, but he's also down to 2 cards. So if he top decks like a Trinity Oak, it will feel kind of bad, but not entirely sure. We can clear most of his board. We can't clear the Golem Metallurgist because he did Aegis Barrier, but we can clear the Pontiff and the Orbit. So I step down, play the Spelljammer behind me, juxtaposition the Spelljammer into range of the Warblade, who I need to kill it next turn. And yeah, call that a turn. So if I were him, I would roar and probably trade with the Spelljammer. But since he's down to 3 cards, he has to utilize this Spelljammer for his own draw. So what he does, I believe, is he just roars and hits my face. I guess he didn't have another play. Hits me for 5 in his general face, so I'm kind of low. But anyways, seeing that I can clear his board and do 3 face damage, I think this would be a great time to stop, or excuse me, drop the Hamon Blade. As usually Tempo-lists don't have, they don't usually run Martyrdom, as it's not a very tempo-oriented card. They'd be running something more like Lasting Judgment. So dropping the Hamon against Lionar is really strong because they don't really have many ways to deal with it. So yeah, this turn is an excellent Hamon Blade Seeker, and we could potentially follow it up with Grandmaster Zendo for 16 damage the following turn. So I just end up playing it safe, trying to play around Holy Immolation. He is coming up on 6 mana, so I just move my general away. I am kind of low, especially with potentially taking 8 damage from Hamon. And I just trade my Kaido into the Golem Metallurgist. It's already cleared 2 things, so fair trade. And get rid of that Spelljammer. If he wants to Holy Immolate, it's not really a strong play because the Hamon Blade Seeker will survive. So I pretty much have a very good position right now. So he ends up just coming forward and plays he plays a Dagger Carry. So this is like some kind of combo deck with our Nexus. So with Roar and Divine Bond. With Roar and Divine Bond, that's 4 plus 11. 11. It's 15. That's 30 damage. That's overkill. But anyways, we have easy lethal here. We have exactly lethal with Spelljammer and Hamon. So this will bring him down to 16, and then Hamon gets plus Zendo, so that's 19 damage. As I said, Hamon puts in a good amount of work against Tempo Argent because they don't have ways to deal with it. So this is I love this play. This is like one of my favorite plays to do. This is playing a Hamon to a Grandmaster's Ender for 16 damage. Pretty good. Again, a very unlikely scenario, but when it does come off, it's pretty cool. I really like that play. So let's look at the last one. This one was a Mechazor deck, so I just ended up smoking it. So yeah, let's look at Jog the Hide, the man, the 8 Gates man himself, a Songhai extraordinary. So we do have the opening. We do have our Celebrant. It's a Hamano opening. Songhai can't really do much about it. They don't have a 4 damage spell or a natural selection or whatever have you to deal with Celebrant. So we're pretty much guaranteed this play next turn. So probably throw back the 8 Gates and call it a turn. 34 Songhai, man. It took me a while to get into Songhai, so we get our second Hamon, so we'll probably throw that back. Just play our Celebrant here. We want to stay as central as possible. There's the positioning. So you see some people play their Celebrant mana tile right here. I decided to play it here in most cases as it is the most offensive. We want to stay as close to the center of the board as we can. So that is my reasoning for playing the Celebrant tile here. If I know if I was playing like against an aggressive Arcanist, because I know I can take this tile, so I'll probably play it like here or here, or probably right here, because that's a little bit more aggressive against slower lists. But yeah, so pretty much call it a turn. We get the second Spelljammer and his Ender. Probably throw it back. I like to keep this Ender against Songhai as their only ways to deal with it are on its first seal. Get a Keeper Holder, which is not bad, but I decided just to ramp into the Hamon Bladeseeker. There's no way I can avoid giving this, giving him multiple Phoenix Fires. I just can't deal with it. Alternatively, I could Phoenix Fire the Lantern Fox and develop a Keeper Holder, but he'll just Phoenix Fire it. So I think developing Hamon at Breach was the play. So what he could do is there's no way he can block himself. Like, the only way he can block himself is by moving here and playing a minion here or here. But by playing a minion here, I would be able to have access to this orb, and obviously playing something here would deny me from hitting him with Blink, which is active next turn. So you'll see how the events transpire. So yeah, I dropped the Hamon Bladeseeker right here. Again, he needs to block this tile or this tile, or both. But I don't think he can, since he's known for running 8 Gates, so he's not really a minion oriented list. Again, I can't deny him from getting more than one Phoenix Fire. Well, I could have, but it wouldn't have been that strong of a play. He ends up just playing a 4 with Magi and a Ghost Lightning, probably just to get some value out of the what's it called? Out of the 4 wins. Actually, the reason why he played that Ghost Lightning is if he didn't, he'd be at 6 mana. I could punch this Lantern Fox for free and he would mill that Phoenix Fire. So that's the reasoning behind it. Seems a little silly, but his deck does revolve around 8 Gates and Phoenix Fires, so having as many Phoenix Fires as possible. Right now I count 2 in his hand, so you hit that, and I'm about to hit this. So my play is pretty simple. Is to clear the Phoenix Lantern Fox and the 4 wins. And we can all do this for end of the Katara and the Phoenix Fire. So my play is pretty simple here. This Phoenix Fire 4 wins and trade my Celebrant into the 4 wins, and use my face to clear the Lantern Fox, and I can hit him for 8 damage. See, he has to spend these 2 Phoenix Fires on my Haman, or he's going to be taking another 8 damage, and that's not what he wants to do, unless he has an Onyx Bear Seal, which he can use on this, and then Phoenix Fire this, but we'll see how this goes. I do believe he just uses that Phoenix Fires on my Haman. As he does, he uses the 2 Phoenix Fires to clear and plays the Heartseeker. Knowing his list doesn't usually run Killing Edge, because it is an 8 gates control deck. I'm not too worried about this Heartseeker getting out of hand. As I do top deck as Scorn, so it doesn't really matter anyways. So I just played the Scorn in front of me and Katara here. Reason being was that he can't hit my Katara freely. Anyways, because he would need like an Onyx Bear, he would need like a juxtaposition or like the Presence Sphere or Focus Strike in order to clear it, and then hit this. So I decided to play my Katara aggressively. The better play probably would have been playing it right here. So he ends up playing a Lantern Fox. Second, his first Phoenix Fire technically, that's probably from his deck, because we gave him 2. Plays a Mana Vortex and his second Phoenix Fire from his deck. So we were successfully able to burn 4 Phoenix Fires off our face, which is pretty good. We gave him 2 from the Lantern Fox, and he just put 2 from his hand, so he had a ton of damage in his hand. But we were able to force him to use those to remove as opposed to go face with him. We do lose our Katara, which kind of stinks, so maybe playing it 1 over here while threatening this tile and out of reach would have been the better play, but I didn't know he was running in a Vortex, so but you know, it is what it is. So moving on. Our play is pretty simple. I just back up here and play the Sender. His Phoenix, he's down to 2 cards, so chances are he won't be able to remove this Grandmaster Sender, and by playing it here, his General will move up 1, and this Lantern Fox can't hit me, because he doesn't have the access to Blinks, so we're in a pretty good deck here, so. And plus that'll put him down to 11. We do have a Spelljammer to refill our hand, and a Phoenix Fire plus face damage, plus the extra damage should we need to.
Do not leave me. I love you.
So just play the Grandmaster Surrender right here on the center tile. And seeing that he's rather limited on cards, I do believe he plays 8 gates. So he only has 2 mana. Can't play Onyx Bear Seal unless he top decked unless he drew a Mana Vortex plus Mana Vortex plus OBS. That's one way he can deal with this. Another way he can deal with this would be Crescent Spear, Mana Vortex, Phoenix Fire. That's another way he could deal with this, since he did reveal Mana Vortex. But as he didn't draw anything that could deal with it, or he didn't have the mana to deal with it, he just ends up conceding. We did have a Killing Edge in hand, so we technically won the next turn. So yeah. I'll go for one last game. What was I forget what this guy is playing. We'll watch this one. You don't want to see them. Yeah, that's just mindless. So we're playing a Fae. I do believe this person is playing an aggressive Fae, an aggro Fae. So I just dropped the Miss Dragon, or excuse me, the Sender and the 8 gates a little bit early for those cards. But we do to get a Celebrant into the time. So I got rid of one of the Miss Dragon Seals, and I just put a Celebrant and a Katara, I believe. Father Chen. I do put it here just to put myself out of Warbird range. He does play it for Corona, so I think he might be playing Arcanist. I played it here just to be out of Tiger Reach, which in respects he can play here anyway, so I didn't really bother about this position. I doubt he had Cryptographer or whatever to play into plus cryptography would be a strong. He ends up just playing a Flameblood Warlock and as you can see, another Corona. A little bit irritating, back-to-back Coronas. Kind of frustrating, so that's 2 Coronas down. At least we don't have to worry about those in the late game. He's already spent 2 of them. Pretty simple here. I can trade my Celebrant into the Flameblood Warlock and dismiss Dragons here. I play the Keyboard Holder right here because I don't want to get hit by Warbird. And plus Celebrant can body block it so it's not going to get hit by a General Face hit. He could ramp it to Frostburn. That's one thing he could do, but that would allow Katara to be alive. To stay alive. So he plays a Tiger. Chromatic Cold. So that's 1 Chromatic Cold we don't have to worry about. So I now know he's running an aggressive list. So I'm not too worried. He's already down to 16, so we're in a pretty decent shape here. And we do have a Haman in hand. I do decide to keep these 2 Phoenix Fires as burst damage because he is running an aggressive list, so it'll probably be a race. My play is pretty simple. I just play the Haman Blade Seeker. Anywhere he goes, he will be hit with Blink, especially now with Juxtaposition. He has his 3rd Frigid Corona, which is really annoying. 3 turns in and he drew 3 Frigid Coronas. It was a little annoying to say the least. So I'm going to be taking 2 damage for that reason. But that is the game. Some people just draw the nuts. Or just have really good draw. Anyways, he plays a Heart Sister for reasons unknown. I really don't know why. But anyways, I just dropped the Juxtaposition since I have Link available, and I moved 1 step. I think I moved 1 step up, hit that, and play the Spelljammer, and then blink it right on top of him so he can't take this mana time, this orb. Plus my BBS refreshes next turn anyways, so I didn't want to play that on that. There's no way he's going to punch me for 2. So allowing him to take the center isn't that big of a deal. He ends up just hailstoning my Spelljammer as opposed to my Haman Blade Seeker, which I really disagree with. I guess he really wanted to play his own minion on the time, which turns out to be a Spelljammer. So I really disagree with that point. He should have played. Should have used the Hailstone Prison on my Haman Blade Seeker. So I guess he wanted to get that extra point damage, and I just laughed because I thought that was a stupid play. But I just have easily go here. Haman Blade Seeker plus double Phoenix Fire plus Fate hit 16 damage. He could have standed a chance, or he could have bought himself an extra turn by returning my Haman to my hand as opposed to my Spelljammer, but got a little greedy, so not playing around Blink is pretty tough, and that's the game. So yeah, 3 different factions, Arjan, Riva, and Feng, and Magma. So 4 factions actually. I would like to see this in a Swarm against the Swarm matchup. Because I'd be curious, because I've yet to play a Swarm list with this list. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and comment if you want more content. I'll probably be trying to get into some more Pokemon content soon, but if you're just here strictly for Duelyst, I appreciate your viewership, and have a good weekend.